This channel does not promote or encourage any illegal activities. All contents provided by this channel is meant for educational purpose only.
Did you know when you start your NEMT business, there's one key component thing that you should have in your business that, this channel may have not said, this channel may not have said, but I'm here to give you some information to help you on your journey to starting your NEMT business. What is a NEMT policy and procedures manual? It may be asking. So by definition, an NEMT policy and procedure manual is a documentation that outlines the guidelines and procedures that employees must follow to ensure for the safe, efficient, and professional operation of the business. Now, you may be wondering, okay, so with all that being said, what do you mean by, all of that? So the importance, the manual serves as a reference for the employees. So anytime they have questions, they can reference back to this particular manual, talking about attire that you need. How should you be dressed? Should there be music to the vehicle? Is there any type of, snacks in there? Something more some people are allergic to, have nut allergies and things of that nature. So how are you going to go about doing that in your particular business? So the manual, serves as a reference for the employees, helping them understand their roles and responsibilities, maintain high standards of service, and ensure compliance with regulations. Key components that you should, take away from this is the company overview and your mission statement. So every company should have basically an overview of what type of services you provide, what's your mission statement, meaning, okay, so our mission statement is to care for our elderly and make them feel comfortable. Primarily focusing on senior care facilities. And you want to make sure that those seniors are getting the best care possible. Okay, so that could be your mission statement. But a brief introduction into the company mission, vision, and values. Emphasis on the commitment to providing safe, reliable, compassionate transportation services. So that's your company overview. All in one, combined with your mission statement. Next will be like your employee conduct and professionalism. So what I mean by that, you may have a dress code, like we were just talking about before. Are they going to wear button downs, button ups, polo style shirts? Are they going to be casual with t-shirts and jeans? Are they going to wear dress shirts and slacks? Are they allowed to wear hats? Those type of things. It's important. So your dress code, you should have a detailed description of acceptable attire, including uniforms, if you have those, badges, personal hygiene, how should that be? Cologne, sometimes people have allergies toward colognes and perfumes. Communication guidelines on how to interact with clients. How would you be interacting with clients? Including language use, tone, and respect. Punctuality, really important. On top of everything else I just said, but punctuality, being there before the time. So if you have an appointment at 1 o'clock, be there at 12:45, 12:50, punctual. It's important arriving on time for your shifts and appointments. So if your shift starts at 6, be there at 5:30, 5:45. Don't come in the door at 5:55 and think you're gonna, get your car. What if you got gas up for that day? We can't have any miscommunication as far as that goes, because we're running a business. Having your employees understand this is very, very important, including yourself as an owner-operator. So that's employee conduct and professionalism. Next, we talk about vehicle maintenance and safety, which is really important. We got to have our vehicles always in good shape. What I'm going to say, they need to be inspected thoroughly and frequently. So pre-trip inspections, you can do this on the daily, which we have a sheet checklist. If you want to download it, go to our website, sign up for our membership, nemtuniversity.com, and we continue on. Checklist for daily vehicle inspections include brakes. You want to make sure that your brakes are good. Tires. You want to make sure all your lights are working properly. And medical equipment. You may have oxygen tanks in there. You may have wheelchairs in the vehicle. You want to make sure your first aid kits is in there. You make sure they're good. All of those things are important. Cleanliness. So standards for keeping vehicles clean and sanitized. Make sure you always, on a daily basis, twice a day. In the morning when you pick, right before you leave out, and once again in the evening when you're ending your day. Reporting misuse. Now, if there's anything that happened during, whether it's with a client or with a driver on the road, report all issues that occur during that day, especially when you're in that particular vehicle that's being transported by the company. Make sure you report everything that happens. This is part of your policies and procedures. Have your driver report everything, so we can address any issues with maintenance problems or anything else that comes up during that particular day. Next, I'm going to talk about client interaction. Now, client interaction and care. So, client confidentiality is important of maintaining client privacy and handling, personal information with care. And what I mean by that, we have something called, the HIPAA law. Now, there's certain information that, we can't disclose to people outside of, say that vehicle, that person that you're directly dealing with. Case in point, that's the reason why, on my particular YouTube channel or the information that I provide, we do not show our clients in the videos. We can't do like day in a life type videos because you'd be violating HIPAA. So there's no real way that we can, show you how this particular business operates, which would be violating HIPAA, and that is important. You want to make sure that you maintain client confidentiality information. You want to make sure that you keep it secure as much as possible. Assistant procedures for assistant clients with mobility issues. So you're using lifts, ensuring that comfort and safety is one of the main things that they are obtaining from you as a provider. So if you have to lift a particular client, you're transporting them from a wheelchair to a chair or whatever the case may be, make sure you are using the proper procedures like they taught you in the past certification. And then we have emergency protocols, steps to take in case of medical emergencies during transport. So if there's a car accident, if there's anything that happens during the process of you transporting or your driver's transporting a patient anywhere, make sure they follow the proper steps to documenting everything and making sure that the client that you're transporting, that their safety is the number one thing that you are taking care of, or that your drivers are taking care of. And that is client interaction and client confidentiality. Next will be operational procedures. So operational procedures is basically like scheduling, how to use a scheduling system to manage pickups and drop-offs. Now you could be using, your regular cell phone, but some people use scheduling software such as Bambi, Route Genie, TripSpark, NEMT software. There's many different, NEMT software, dispatching softwares out there that you can use. But the main thing is, finding the system that works for you and properly for you and your driver, so you guys can communicate effectively. So things happen. Don't get me wrong, shit happens. And you just want to make sure that you can properly, when I say, you can properly get these things scheduled where there's no no type of mix-ups. So documentation, important of accurately, completing logs, client forms, and other necessary paperwork. This is important. One, you want to document your logs. Say, for instance, your driver is driving and any particular client need to be picked up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay, you're picking them up at 8 o'clock. Need to be documented. Schedule the software more than likely is going to document it, but you might also have them have a login sheet. But then they also need to be picked up at 11 o'clock and then dropped back off. So just make sure that that is efficiently logged into the system, because you want to make sure that everything is accounted for. Time, we don't want to waste time for one, and you want to make sure that people are being picked up when they're supposed to and dropped off at the same time when they're supposed to. That goes back to being, proficient and professional. Route planning, guidelines for planning efficient routes could minimize travel time and ensure timely arrivals. That's enough to be said, what I'm talking about. We just want to make sure that, the clients are getting there on time and they're getting there safely. So compliance and regulations. So what I mean by compliance and regulations when it comes to policies and procedures. So there's licensing and certifications. There's an overview of required licenses and certifications for drivers and the company. The compliance, adherence to the state and federal regulations, including ADA, American Disability Act compliance, incident reporting, procedures for reporting accidents, injuries, and other incidents. So licensing, you may need to get a business license in your state. And you also may need to get CPR certification, a PASS certification. You also may need to get your NPI number, which is, basically some type of license. So figuring out the licensing and certification that you're going to need in your particular state. Every state basically has the same thing that we all operate by, but some things may vary. This is why we're putting this information in this course, because we want you to get understanding. But when you don't hear this stuff and you're watching YouTube videos or you're reading information on the internet, don't want you to be misinformed. I want you to make sure you get all the information that you need in order for you to succeed in this business. And this is a beautiful place to be, and a beautiful time to be in this particular business in 2024. Just to let you know. So training and development. So ongoing training, the importance of continuous education and training for all employees, performance reviews. There should be performance reviews on your particular drivers. Everybody's not going to have the best drivers. We ran through a couple of drivers, not that many, but sometimes you may think you got the right fit. They may have all qualifications that you think of on their Indeed resume or whatever the case may be, and they just might not pan out. You know what I'm saying? It might just be that way, and you're gonna come across that. You just gotta move on. You know what I'm talking about? But having ongoing training and development, you know what I'm saying, this will help you. So the importance of continuing education and training for all employees, performance reviews, regular performance evaluations and feedback, professional development, opportunities for career growth and advancement within the company. You know what I'm saying? Even though you may start off small, you may want somebody to come from a driver to, HR, or, maybe they want to go to school to be a CPA, you know what I'm saying? Well, whatever you can do to advance them in the company if that's something they want to do. Because some of these, some companies have large fleets and it's a lot to deal with within, that particular company. Even though the fleet might be only 50 vehicles, you got to think about all the moving pieces that you have to go through if you're having a fleet of 50 vehicles. There's, pick up, drop offs, there's contact, there's people that need to be contacted at these different facilities, and there's ongoing relationships. You may need to talk to somebody at Medicaid, you may need to be talking to somebody at brokers, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of moving pieces. So having the proper, people in place, that's where the, ongoing training comes in at. You always want to make sure that they have the tools and resources to be able to make your job much easier, or your company much easier, so you guys can, thrive successfully. So training and development. Next would be health and safety protocols. So due to COVID-19 guidelines, procedures for maintaining health and safety during the pandemic, including mask wearing and sanitation, infection control, general infection control, practices to protect both clients and employees, right? Workplace safety policies to ensure a safe working environment, including handling hazardous, materials. There's nothing to be going unsaid about, having sanitary wipes inside of your vehicle, hand sanitizer, maybe Kleenex, and maybe some type of disinfectant spray. Those are things that can help your drivers in that particular vehicle. Be successful at giving the best experience in that particular vehicle for that client. And then having a clean vehicle. Cleanliness is next to godliness. You know what I'm talking about. So always have, make sure that your drivers are maintaining a nice sanitary vehicle. So, give you a quick synopsis. A policies and procedures manual in non-emergency medical transportation is a critical document that serves as a comprehensive guide to employees, detailing the standard practices. This is the reason why we're going over this information. We have more, guidelines that I want to share with you. So, guidance. It provides clear instruction, also guidelines on how to handle various situations from daily operations to unexpected emergencies, ensuring that employees are well prepared and knowledgeable. Next, you have compliance. Keeping up with regulatory requirements is crucial in the healthcare transport field. Manual outlines necessary compliance measures with local, state, and federal regulations, including those related to patient privacy, such as HIPAA, safety standards that we were talking about before, and employee conduct. Training resources. It serves as a foundational document for training new employees and a continuous reference for existing staff to refresh their knowledge and understand any new changes or updates in policy. Key components of an NEMT, Policy and Procedure Manual, company policies, overview of the company's mission, core values, and general policies. This section might include the company's history, organizational structure, and its approach to providing NEMT services. operational procedures that we were talking about before, safety and compliance, client care interaction, training and development, financial and administrative procedures, which is guidance on handling, billing, insurance claims, reimbursement processes, which are crucial for the financial health of the NEMT business. Now, let me go over reimbursement processes now. I get this question, quite frequently. Now, when you're dealing with Medicaid, now what they do is you basically work with net 30 is what we call it. So usually you work for 30 days and then you get paid afterwards. You don't get paid as soon as you do the service. So you'll be reimbursed for the services that you have provided for 30 days prior. So we in July right now. So if you worked in June, you'll be getting paid in May when you first getting started off. And after that, you'll be right on time. But when you first started off, so you want to be able to be reimbursed for the services that you provide. And one key component that you need to understand is make sure you keep your documentation. If you picked up and dropped off, we said 40 clients for that whole week, make sure you have documented it. Hopefully you will have a dispatching software where it's documenting the time they were picked up and dropped off. Because don't get me wrong, brokers and Medicaid, they sometimes they are overloaded with providers and information, but you don't want your money to be getting caught up. So with that being said, make sure that you are on top of that, for your reimbursement, because it happens, and then following, insurance claims. What I mean by that is, if you have provided, we say dialysis, for a particular client, and, this is basically a private pay situation, you want to make sure that you submit your claim to get paid for those services that you provided. That's basically what I mean. So emergency procedures and crisis management, which is detailed action plans for various emergencies such as accidents, medical emergencies, or vehicle breakdown, ensuring that employees know exactly, that's another thing, we want to make sure that your employees know exactly how to respond swiftly and appropriately, importance of regular updates. So relevance, policies, and procedures should be regularly reviewed and updated to reflect current laws and regulations, technology advancements, operational changes within the company. Efficiency. You want to updated manuals can introduce more efficient methods and technologies, reducing costs and improving service delivery. Employee performance. A well-maintained manual can enhance employee performance and satisfaction by providing clear guidance and reducing in job roles. The NEMT policies and procedures manual is not just a document, but a dynamic tool that evolves with the company. So, like I said in the beginning of this module, it's basically your lifeline. This is how your business is going to operate on a day-to-day basis. You want to make sure that everything is covered in there. We couldn't go over everything that the policies and procedures manual has, but I gave you the key components. And within this course, you also get a free PD manual document to show, everything that we covered in the policies and procedures for non-emergency medical transportation, because it's all different types of policies and procedures manuals out here, but you want one specifically designed for you and the type of business that you are operating, which is non-emergency medical transportation. So I got you. And I guess just a recap of what we talked about in this particular module: ensuring the smooth operation of business and maintaining high standards of professionalism and client care. The main thing, our main focus is our relationship with our clients, but our professionalism and the service that we provide, that our drivers provide for our particular company. So we want to make sure that both of those are going hand in hand like a marriage. You know what I'm talking about? So having these policies and procedures where, your drivers can go back and look and know what they need to do in certain situations if they shall arise. It's important to have, for your business. And reason why we're doing this video, so that policies and procedures should be implemented in your business when you first getting started. So I appreciate you. Thank you for watching this policies and procedures manual. Like I said, attached to this course will be certain documents that you will be downloading, and one of the documents will be your policies and procedures manual. Just go over that, and you can, basically customize it to your business. You can take in stuff and take it out, however you want to do it. But the main components is, you're saying you want to make sure that certain things are in there, like dress code, and obviously with your clients. things of that's important that, what I'm saying, you should be having in that policy procedure. So you won't face any lawsuits or, God forbid, something that accidents happen and they don't know how, the drivers don't know how to react to the particular situation. This is what the policy and procedures is, and we want to make sure that you have it. And that concludes this video. And don't do what you can do today, tomorrow, meaning if this is a business that you are thinking about starting, continue to the next module because we got more information and we want to help you and see you succeed. I'll see you in the next one.